Today, we're going to explore why some people feel so drained after a social event or interaction. Sometimes within the body, in human design, we have centers that are undefined or they're white, not colored in. So you have undefined centers, and these centers can open up for what's called pendulums, which are hooks, what's also called egregores. These are thought forms that feed on our energy. Whether you feed it good, positive energy or you're against it, you don't want that, but you're still feeding it energy. So clarifying the mystery and exploring why do some people feel so drained after going to something that's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to feed your spirit, yet you're leaving exhausted. Have you experienced that? Tell me in the comments if you experienced that, because it's a common thing. But why does that happen? So sometimes you'll hear them called um, energy parasites, um, energy vampires, and visually, this is a sign for bug, energy bug, something feeding off of you, um, is real. I mean, we've all felt it. But how does it happen? Why does it happen? How can we recognize when it's happening and what to do about that to avoid going off our goal? Welcome to the Twin Channel Protocol. I'm Deni Van, and today I want to talk about uh, egregores and pendulums, how to avoid them. So within our book club, the Transurfers Book Club, we talk a lot about pendulums and thought forms and how we either react or respond to them. And the best thing to do is not feed them any of your own energy. And sometimes that's hard to do because we're constantly told, hey, look at this drama over here, this is happening over there. So we're constantly have these pendulums that entice our energy to be hooked onto it. So we want to bring awareness to that. And we talked about step one of our 4-step framework. Step one is awareness, and we talked about that in the last video. Today, we're going to talk a little bit more about step two, and that's making the subjective, that means from your perspective, objective from other perspective. So making the subjective objective. How do you do that? Well, we have a measurable way. That means we can measure where we start from to where we want to be and how we get there. And we use the pain scale from 1 to 10. 1, no pain at all. 10, oh my God, put me down now. It's so much pain. Give me the medicine, reduce the pain now. So we can have pain on a mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual levels. And we can use this tool to help us become more objective with our pain. For example, if someone says, I'm angry, you might look at me and say, oh, they're not that angry. But inside, I'm boiling. Outside, I'm not showing any signs. So inside, I'm a 9, right? But if I tell you I'm angry and it's a 9, you're going to look at me differently, right? I just made the subjective. I'm angry. That means I'm the only one who knows how angry I am. To objective, I'm angry and it's a 9 on the pain scale. They know how angry I am right now. So you can see the power of this one tool. That's it. When we're hooked on a pendulum, we can put on the pain scale how much of this hook is causing pain in my life. How much of this is in alignment with my values, my goals, my wants. This, I have to say no because on the pain scale of taking me off track, that's maybe a 7 or 8. It's not in line with my values. So I have to disconnect, not feed it. Let it be. Just let it do its thing without feeding any of your precious energy to it. You want to let it go or go right through you, and then it'll go about its business. It'll go about its business. And when you're able to recognize, okay, I'm being hooked, that process becomes quicker and quicker and quicker. Even before you're hooked, you put the blinders on and say, I'm not feeding that. And then get back to your next step on your path toward your goal. Because the world is going to try and take us off our path. There are so many distractions. This is not a physical war we're having. This is a cognitive, your attention war. And this is a war for your attention. So you have to fight for your own attention to make sure you're on your path. Okay. So with that, I want to thank you, but I also want to share with you it's like an affirmation, a saying you say to yourself, but you're also going to include your nervous system. So you're going to sign it with me. So even if you don't know the signs, move your hands with the words. That will help your nervous system really come in alignment with the mind and heart. It'll bring that mind and heart together. So sign and say with me, no is a complete sentence. Shake your head, yes. No, complete sentence. That's it. Again, no, complete sentence. Head shake. So you're doing many things by following this within your own nervous system, okay? And then let me know how that goes for you to help yourself say no is a complete sentence, head shake yes, before you respond to anything trying to hook you on a pendulum or group think and feeding those thoughts or ideas that aren't in line with your values, with your goals. So, learning what to say yes to and learning what to say no to, and then remembering no is a complete sentence. Okay, all right. With that, next time we're going to go a little bit deeper into the third step of the 4-step framework. So, number 1 is awareness. Number 2 is make the subjective objective using the pain scale. So, practice that for now until next time. And in the meantime, keep being amazing. Leave those comments. Leave the questions. I will be reading them all.